Hey everyone, so before we get into this video, I just have an announcement right quick. I am having a giveaway of Gary V's newest book called 12 and a Half. It's such a good read right now. Stay to the end and I will provide all the details on how to win one for free. That being said, let's get into it. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Rob here with another legendary video shot on my iPhone. Hopefully that changes soon. In this video, I will be revealing my entire $1 million real estate portfolio. I will be discussing how much I paid for them, how much I'm making monthly in rental income. I'll also be discussing how I got into real estate and what's my strategy moving forward. This is my part 2 of my series of 2022 real estate overview. So the main goal of this video and this series overall is to help inspire someone to get into real estate. Hopefully my stories that I share will make it seem like it's not too bad and anyone can do it. That being said, let's get into the video. Just do me a quick favor, like and subscribe and share with your friends so we can get picked up by the YouTube algorithm. All right, so history time, how I got into real estate. Well, first off, it started with my ex-girlfriend. So I was dating this girl in Denver, Colorado at the time. She was like 2-3 years younger than me when we first started dating. I was like 27, 28. Anyway, she brought her first property, her first home at like 25 or 26, which at the time kind of blew my mind because I didn't think you could buy a house so young. I honestly thought it was for more wealthier people and people who were married. Anyway, moving forward, after a year of being in a relationship, things got rocky, we broke up, and I had to go find a place for myself. Knowing that she was able to buy a place by herself with her own money, I thought might as well do the exact same thing, get into real estate and start earning some appreciation on my asset. So the first place that I bought was in Denver, Colorado. And I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely scared of buying my
first place. I thought it was a huge responsibility and I did not.
I was just not experiencing it. And also I really didn't have any money down. However, though, when you're in the military, after a certain amount of years, you get this VA loan. VA loan allows you to buy a house with 0% down. All right, so my first spot was in Aurora, Colorado, which is technically like the greater Denver area. If you look on the map, they are quite literally in the same spot. So I bought my first place, which was a townhouse. I bought it for $162,000 with 0% down because of the VA loan. But with all the fees and everything enrolled into the loan, it came out to be $165,000. It was a fixed 30-year interest rate for 3.5%. So as they say in real estate, location, location, location. So my first townhouse was quite literally surrounded by everything you wanted and need. It was 7 minutes away from one of the busiest gyms in the city, 24-hour fitness. It was 7 minutes away from like the police headquarters and also where the mayor and all the council people worked at. It was like 5 minutes from the interstate. It was like in walking distance of like huge grocery stores. It was like 20 minutes away from like downtown. It quite literally was just, it was almost perfect. What was the bad thing about my townhouse was the HOA. The HOA was actually $352 per month. Yeah, just stop and think about it for a second. But I do have to redeem myself. The $352 a month came with a lot of amenities to include like trash removal, snow removal, unlimited water, unlimited heat, which came in really clutch in Colorado winters. It also came with like insurance on the roof and some of the outsides, and additionally lawn care as well. It's still kind of a little steep, but you know, what can you do? So with my mortgage and with my HOA, my bill every month came out to $1,200 per month. However, though, I house hacked, so I had a roommate, and my roommate paid for half of everything, so it just came out to $600 per month, which is very clutch in Denver, Colorado, because it's extremely expensive out there. Moving forward to like 2017, I moved and I was able to find a property manager who would just charge me 10% to rent out to some guys, and I kept it ever since. All right, so now for some of the juicy details. So in 2021, I was renting a place out for $1,850. You subtract the management fee, which is 10%, and now I would have a gross payment of $1,700 per month. And at the time last year, my mortgage was $964, which increased. And then my HOA increased to $392. So basically, I was paying over $1,300 per month for that property. And you subtract $1,700 minus over $1,300, and it came out to be, I was profiting like around $300 per month. But I did this beautiful thing called refinancing, and I was able to get a 30-year fixed interest rate of 2%. That dropped down my mortgage to $760. Then you add on the HOA, which is, still $392. And at the time last year, I was paying $1,150. And now you subtract, $1,700 by $1,150, and now you have, I'm taking home $548. But that is not the cherry on top. So the appreciation of my property has increased significantly since I first bought it. So as I mentioned before, I bought it for $162. My current mortgage on it now with the refinance is now like around $151,000. According to Zillow, my property is worth $305,000, and I haven't taken any money out. So the equity that I have in my property is $150,000. All right, so in 2017, Uncle Sam told me that I need to pack my bags and I need to move to Jacksonville, Florida. And that's where I bought my second property.
And I have to tell you, it is so far probably my favorite property at the moment.
Because once again, location, location, location. So like my Denver property, I used the VA loan, which allowed me to put 0% down on this property. I was able to buy it for $192,000, which now looking back in 2017, that seems like it was a steal. I got a 30-year fixed interest rate of 3.75%. My mortgage was around $1,200 a month, but I paid an extra $100 to pay down the mortgage, and it ended up being $1,300 a month. So thankfully, this property had no HOA. So the same thing that's happened to me for most of my military career. Uncle Sam told me to pack my bags and I had to go. But knowing that this was Jacksonville, Florida, and I was in a prime spot, I knew that I could rent my place out for top dollar. So I rented my place out for $1,700 a month. I got a property manager who would only charge me 9% per month, just a little discount because I'm in the military. So with the property manager fee, I was taking home $1,565. My mortgage was $1,320, and I was only receiving over $200 per month. But I was able to refinance, and I was able to get down my fixed interest rates all the way down to 2.25%. That dropped my mortgage to $973 per month. And with so 1,565 minus 973, I am almost taking home $600 per month on this property, which honestly is not bad. So with cash flow, that was great, but the crown jewel too is also the appreciation. So I bought the place for $192 back in 2017. According to Zillow, right now it is worth $297,000. Through refinancing on my properties, I was able to decrease my operating expenses, and now I take home $1,140 per month, which equals out to $13,680 per year. So the next property that I bought is in Fernley, Nevada. If you don't know where Fernley, Nevada is, don't worry. I didn't know where it was at either. So here's a map. So unlike my other properties in Denver and Jacksonville, I knew that I will be able to rent it out because of population. There was a bunch of amenities everywhere. And Fernley, Nevada is quite the opposite. It has a population of like 20,000. It has a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a Walmart. Its only claim to fame is that it has a Tesla factory right up the road, maybe 15, 20-minute drive. It's 30 minutes away from Reno, and it is 30 minutes from Fallon, Nevada, which has nothing either, but it does have at least NES Fallon. So me and my wife, we purchased this property for $340,000. We had to use a conventional loan because our VA loan has been capped out. I could talk more about VA loans in a later video. Anyway, so the conventional loan, we were allowed to put at least 5% down. And that is an added bonus through my bank, a special offer through my bank. We didn't have any PMIs associated with this loan. So my mortgage comes out to be $1,700 a month. And my 30-year fixed interest rate is 3.8%. Which, you know, I am definitely going to refinance on that. So my real estate portfolio strategy is extremely simple. The military tells me to move every 3 years. Once I do that, I'll buy property and buy it for the long period of time, letting my asset appreciate over time and cash flow every month. I try to follow the 1% rule, which means you buy a place, say for instance, for $100,000, and then you rent it out for at least $1,000. You can tell, as I mentioned before, for my Denver property, I definitely follow that rule. I'm slowly building up in my Jacksonville home. And as I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't taken a look, you can check it out right here. Real estate is going to be in good hands for the foreseeable future. And as a real estate investor, it is estimated that rent will increase this year by 7.1%. So I might be a little bit closer with the Fernley, Nevada prospect of following the 1% rule, hopefully in the future. Who knows? So why I share this video is because I wanted to be an example that you don't need to be like Meet Kevin or Grant Cardone, who have 1,000 units in apartment buildings to be able to build your own real estate portfolio mini empire. You can start off slow, start off gradually, and be able to build up. But what you do need to do to be able to win this book by Gary V is I need you to follow me in one of my social media platforms, including Twitter or Instagram. All you need to do is like one post, and then you need to tag 2 friends, and that's it. I will be picking a winner by the end of January. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Comment below which property you like the best and what properties you have. A like, share, comment, do all the things, and until next time, peace.